Hello everyone around the world. So today we have a job. This job is coming again from the capital city of Zimbabwe, that is Harare. I received this package from one of our subscribers. He said, I saw your videos on YouTube. I have a problem with the customer's laptop. He's also a technician in the capital city of Zimbabwe, that is Harare. He's trying to fix some laptops. And he sent this. This mail came by bus. Yeah, there are some buses which are coming from this far end to the capital city. So we received this package. It's a Lenovo V110-15ISK. That's the model of this Lenovo laptop that came in for repair. The laptop is not coming on, is not powering on, is not doing anything. This is a dead laptop. From the explanation, he said he was trying to do some BIOS updates and the laptop died. He tried to look for firmware. He did all what he did. Still the laptop is not coming back to life. You know, this is a bad case. This is a bad case when you try to do BIOS update. I don't know why people they rush to do BIOS updates. Suppose the customer came with the laptop on and you do BIOS update and the laptop is no longer displaying, or you can't even return back the laptop to its original state. You create a very big problem. So when you want to do BIOS update, it's very important to do backup of the original bin file from the BIOS chip. I think that's very important. So here we have a case. We have a case. This is coming from another computer repair shop from another town, which is the biggest town, the main city, our capital city here in Zimbabwe. So here we have an issue. So what I want to do, let's jump straight to the problem. This is working with the, you remember the Lenovo USB charger. We have two wires on the plus, two wires on the minus, and the middle pin. And if you short that middle pin to plus, there are high chances that you burn the startup chip. So plug in the power supply. Oh, we have a short ground. Or that's not the charging port. It is the charging port here, because on the other side we have some, this is the HDMI and the other two USB ports. Yeah. So I don't understand, because when the customer explained what happened to this laptop, he said the laptop died during the process of BIOS update. But now we have short ground. And what is the current limit that we set? We set 3.2. And when we plug in the power supply, voltage drop to 4.7 is taking 3.2. The resistance of the short is very, very low. Very low resistance. What do you think? In most cases, I found a shorted cap to ground. But we'll see. I haven't checked anything on this laptop. We just received the package where we have a lot of backlog from the holiday, so I was trying to clear up things. So here we have short ground, but the explanation doesn't tally with what we have here. I don't know, but we'll try. All the screws, they are out. So I think what we have to do is to take out the back cover, or I think the back cover. I think the back cover is coming out. Let's take out the CD drive. I never fixed this model for Lenovo, but all the laptops, they are the same. All the laptops are the same. So that is our laptop. That's the inside of the laptop. We have a nice motherboard. I think from without the thermal camera, I think I just spotted where the shot is coming from. Let's go on a microscope. So let's check this motherboard. Let's check the motherboard. If you can. This is the input circuit. We have the charging port coming here. We're just going to this. We have a diode, we have a fuse, and maybe the MOSFETs, they are on the other side of the board. And what did I see? What did I see? Let me show you. I think that is our problem. Check those capacitors here. You see, something happened with here. You know, when you are working on motherboards, and if you make shorts, you still believe that you still have the original problem. But in this case, the customer created another problem. I don't think BIOS update has anything to do with those shorted ceramic capacitors. Those ceramic capacitors, they are on the input of every switching power supply on a laptop motherboard. So they are there to prevent spikes. They are all connected on the 19 volts power line. You see these capacitors and these ones, every switching power supply. Let's go on a different switching power supply. You see here, we have two. If you go in any random power supply, we must see those ceramic capacitors. You see here, they are everywhere. So the problem is those capacitors, they are blown up. I don't know which one, but I will replace both. Let me disconnect the battery. Flux. Let's first solve this problem which was created by the customer. I need those capacitors. I need those capacitors. Taking down the capacitors. So now even if we take out those capacitors out, I'm sure that's where we are going to see well, before that, let's check for short. Let's check, because maybe someone doesn't understand why we are taking down those capacitors. Short 0, 0, 0. So those capacitors, I don't know whether the problem is coming from both of those capacitors or not, but I will replace both. Replacement. There's nothing to clean, the board is clean already. So we need to replace the capacitors. The capacitors are in place. Now looks better. So our capacitors is now in place. Let's check for short. The short is gone. The short is gone. So if the short is gone, our question is, do you now have a working motherboard? So these are some kind of thing with chipboard. We have the graphics and the process, graphics, PCH under one chip. Yeah, we are cooling down the board. So while the board is cooling down, let's try to check other things. Here we have the BIOS battery. RAM is missing. This is supposed to be DDR4. You know this laptop. Here we have a slot for RAM DDR4. And if we check here, you see those chips 1, 2, 3, 4. That's onboard RAM memory. Even without this one, this laptop has to display. Pretty nice design. We can say nice or can be bad design, because if this onboard RAM memory is give us a problem, that can be an issue. Just to disconnect this onboard RAM memory and use the one that we are used to. We have the HDD drive. Okay. I think we can test. What I want to do, I want to plug in the power supply again. It is taking 11 milliamps. Okay. I think we can plug in the battery back. Let's plug in the battery. Let's plug the power supply. and it's taking 10 milliamps. We don't have any charging light. Okay, let's check voltages. Let's check some voltages here. On this fuse, we have 19. After the fuse, we have 19. I want to check on the place where we replace those ceramic capacitors. And we have 19 volts. What did I told you? Those capacitors, they are connected on the 19 volts power line. And we have 19 volts. And here we have 19 volts. So if we have 19 volts there, I know that the gatekeepers, they are okay. They are okay. You know the gatekeepers, the input section. We have in most cases, we have 2 MOSFETs on serial mode. I know that they are passing the 19 volts. So we can conclude that the 19 volts is up and running. Let me check a different power supply. If we can. Here we have 19 volts. Here we have 19.11 volts. So the 19 volts power line is okay. What is our next step? Is to check for 3.3. We have double coil here, output capacitor, 4 MOSFETs. I'll check on those coils, 3.38, and the other one, 5 volts. So we have 19 volts, we have 3.3, we have 5 volts. Pressing the power on button, the laptop is not coming on, we don't have charging light. Where is the switch button? Is it on the keyboard? Or no, it's not on the keyboard, it's here. Next to the charging port. Let's check for 3.3 there. I want to check if the 3.3 is going to 0. When I press the power on button, you know the condition to start up the motherboard. This laptop from another technician, so there are no shortcuts here. Let's try to do the proper thing here. Where can I get ground? Ground. Okay. 19. Let's check on the switch connectors coming here. 2.99. Pressing 0, releasing 2.99. The next one is 0. The third pin is 0. The fourth pin is 0. So on pin number 1 of the switch connector, we have 2.99 volts, which I believe is okay. Pressing 0, releasing, going to 2.99. So our power on button is working. So here we have two scenarios here. We have 2 issues. The first one is to listen to what the customer said. You know, the background is very important. A brief summary of how the problem occurs is very crucial. What the customer said, he said the laptop died after trying to do some BIOS update. We don't know how the customer is doing the BIOS update. Maybe he took out the BIOS chip, he tried to program it with a wrong firmware and the laptop dead. That can happen. Or some laptops, they just restart themselves and start to update the BIOS. I've seen that mostly on HP laptops. So here, the power issue, I don't think we need to start by checking the E.C chip. Of course, the E.C chip can be faulty, but before we check the E.C chip, let me look for the schematics. We need to check few things just to have assurance of what we are dealing with. 10 minutes later, I found the schematics. So let's go on desktop. Let's go on desktop and try. Okay. I found something. You see this one? You see this one written Lenovo V110-15ISK. That is schematics for this laptop. That is schematics for this laptop. But I don't know how this schematics is going to help me. I don't know about that. I don't know how this schematic is going to help me. What I want to do, okay. What I want to do, I'll check for the 3.3 LDO to be sending the 3 volts to the E.C chip, and I also checked for the 5 volts LDO. So we need to locate the power supply first. Power supply. Where are the power supplies? Battery connector. Adapter into generator. Battery out. SSID charger. I believe this is the input section. So here we have the input section here. Draw. For the sake of those who don't know, the 19 volts is coming. That's the DC in here. We have this MOSFET PU4401. That's a P channel MOSFET. After this, the 19 volts is going to this. This is the current sensor. We have the current sensor here. We have first MOSFET current sensor. And if we check here, we have another MOSFET here. So, 1 second. How this is working? We have the MOSFET, channel P MOSFET, 4 pins together. That's the drain, 3 pins, and the gate, which is the trigger of this BQ chip, which is BQ24737. So the 19 volts is passing this MOSFET. We have the current sensor. From the current sensor is going to this second, that is second MOSFET. In our case here, we have the current sensor between the input MOSFET. And from this current sensor, the voltage is going to all the power supplies on the motherboard. Here we must have the battery out here. But this switching power supply is there to charge the battery. And what I'm interested with is this must be the switching power supply. Because here let me make this bigger. Here we have 3 volts here. 3 volts. That's what first output, which we checked, and 5 volts. That we checked these 2 outputs. So what I want to check the pin number 1 is here. Pin number 3 and pin number 13. Pin number 3 and pin number 13. This is a 3.3 LDO, which is from this pin, our E.C chip. Our E.C chip is getting power from this 3, from the 3.3 LDO output. The E.C chip is getting power. So I want to check this. After checking the voltage, we're gonna locate the BIOS chip. So what I want to do, we can do it under microscope. Here. Let's do it under microscope. This is the power supply which I was talking. You see those 2 poles, output capacitors, and I think that's the driver. So here and we have a dot here. Pin number 1, 2, 3. It is going to this capacitor. This is the 3.3 LDO, and we have voltage. So the next step that we are going to do, if you have 3.3 here, we will need to locate pin number 13. So F5, 10, 13 is going here, and we have 5 volts. Exactly, it's going on here. The track is going on the other side of the board, but here we have 5 volts. And on the course, here we have 3.3, and here we have 5 volts. So this chip is working, this power supply is up and running. we have to locate the BIOS chip. We have to locate the BIOS chip, but before I locate the BIOS chip, I want to look for the bin file first. I want to look for the bin file. So I found the bin file. But what we have to do, let me check out this power supply. Let's check out the battery. Hopefully the BIOS chip is not on the other side of the board. And we are lucky that the BIOS chip here. We have a nice BIOS chip here. What I want to do, I want to insulate here. Because we have a connector for the hard drive. So let's insulate here with the masking tape. Let's check out the BIOS chip. Let's check out the BIOS chip. We want to try to program this BIOS chip. I found 2 bin files. I'm sure something is wrong with the BIOS chip. The BIOS chip is out. Let's put it on the programmer. Come on. Now what we need to do is to plug the programmer. Let's go on desktop. Open the program. Why recognition error? This is not supposed to happen. Open. Detect. Recognition error. Let's try to read. Maybe let's ignore that. Let's try to read what is inside this chip. Because the programmer is detecting the chip, but we are seeing an error, recognition error. Let's see if it will detect something. Now you see exactly what I was telling you. So sometimes you have to ignore that error, because now it's saying recognition error, but But when I say read the data from the chip, I'm getting access to the data. That's all what is inside this chip. You see all this? So what we need to do, we need to save this. We need to save this V110 backup BIOS on desktop. After saving this, we can erase this. We can erase this. We want to erase, and I want to put another firmware. I do have another firmware which I got from the disk or server. SPI flash erase complete. We close the program. We open the program. We detect the chip. Now that error is gone. We open. We go to downloads. Download. Now we need a bin file. Eight megabytes bin file. Is this the one? I downloaded two. The one with 4 megabytes and the one is 8 megabytes. Let's open here. Let's write here. Let's rewrite the chip. Write complete. We've successfully rewrite the chip. So we can close here. We have rewrite the chip. So what is left is to take out this BIOS chip and try to program it. Let's take out the BIOS chip. BIOS chip position is here. So we need to put back the BIOS chip here. Let's see if this can solve this problem. Let's finish this job under microscope just to make sure our BIOS chip is soldered properly. That's the BIOS chip. So what we can do here, we want to create strong connection on the pins by the use of soldering iron. So now is that moment to see whether what we have done, we've done something good or not. It's that moment to prove ourselves. Because what did I found on BIOS updates? I found it's very possible to kill the motherboard if you put the wrong firmware. Yeah, that can happen. I once faced similar case. How this plastic was supposed to be like this. I need to stick one of the connector. We have a slight issue here on the network connector cable. One is okay, but the other one is not good. And the laptop came in like this, but I just want to stick it with some glue so that it won't touch anything or to cause touch on the motherboard. Just like this. We reprogram the BIOS chip, so it's very important to take out the BIOS battery. Shorting pins on the BIOS battery. Put back the BIOS battery. Let's connect the main battery. Now, I don't know whether this will work or not. Connecting the charger. It's taking 9 milliamps, and we have flashing charging lights. And it's taking 900 milliamps. Fan is spinning. Wow! Just wow! Let's hope we have a picture. No picture yet. But the fan is spinning. It's now taking 400. Where's the picture? And we have picture. 1 amp. Let's wait. Let's wait. Boot. Enter. Enter. Escape. What should you do? But we have a working motherboard. I want to power off this. On. I want to press F2. I'm sure that's for Lenovo. To go on the BIOS settings and change a few things there. One second. So on this Lenovo, it's working with the second function and the F2 key. What I want to do, I want to change the boot mode from UEFI to Ligas, and then function key with F10, save settings and exit. Let's see if that can solve anything. Lenovo, and it's loading Windows. So the job is done, and the laptop is on. It's taking 1.2 and it's charging fine. So we learn from other people's mistakes. So whenever you want to load a new firmware from the BIOS chip, make sure that you are using the correct bin file. That's very important, to use the correct bin file and not to cause further damage. This laptop was shot to ground, and I believe the shot to ground had nothing to do with BIOS update. I don't know what the customer did, because there were no screws. The laptop came like that. But I'm happy we managed to help the customer. The keyboard is working, everything is working, the mouse is working. So yeah, on the charging, 4% plugged in, it's charging. So that was the repair. I don't want to waste time. Spend close to an hour trying to figure out how best I can approach this repair. It's not easy job from another technician, and it's very easy to go wrong. But according to the explanation that I was given, the laptop died after BIOS update. So what I think the customer did, he reprogrammed the BIOS chip with the wrong firmware, and the laptop was not doing anything, was just dead. So like, subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notification bell for future updates. Also share our videos to your beloved friends and relatives. Also don't forget to share our videos to your ex-girlfriend. So what I'm proud of is my charger, my data. You remember the data cable? I'm always proud of this charger. I bought it on China just to have funny. You know, people, they like funny things. I ordered this charger, like this data cable, like 30. Now I only left with less than 10. People, they are rushing to buy this charger simply because of this dog. That's so crazy. So yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.